Smell good? Picky picnic. Weekends are for messy kitchens. Coffee in the afternoon. There's a real buzz in the air. Dress down, chill out Sunday. Fly the British flag. They look lovely, don't they? Work quickly. The other thing that I need to tell you, yum, yum, in my tongue. Spring in a bowl. British bank holiday style. Good morning, welcome back. I hope you're well this week. You're at home, you're settled in, and you've got a little bit of time to yourself because we have got another spring vlog.
The weather, a dry and sunny day for most of us, a little cloudier in the north and blustery showers for Scotland. It's feeling a bit cooler with highs of 21 degrees.
Hello, beautiful. Okay.
Do you want a coffee, love?
Yes, please.
We have woken up to what I would say is quite a muggy Saturday morning. We've had a heat wave in England with temperatures reaching up to 29 degrees. It has been a really, really warm end of April for us, which is quite unusual. And I did read that we haven't had temperatures like that since maybe 30 years ago. So it's quite rare to have such a warm spring. But I have to say, outside is incredibly green. Spring has sprung and the area has just woken up again. It is beautiful. I love this time of year when the green leaves are so gloriously green. They have such a vivid colour, don't they, when they first open up. I absolutely love it. My hay fever doesn't, but I love standing here. The beech hedge has now removed all of the brown, dead leaves from last year, and the new green leaves have appeared. And it probably takes about a week. And GB and I do notice it because the hedge actually runs past our kitchen, past our main room and the bedroom. So it actually surrounds us. So we can quite often say, wow, it started to turn green, or I can't believe how much of the hedge is green already. It is amazing really what nature can do and how quickly things can change with a little bit of sun and a little bit of rain. It's one of those Saturday mornings where I was awake early, I think, where it's quite warm and it's very, very light in the mornings. We're all waking up slightly earlier, aren't we? So I took the opportunity to get up, open the doors, water the plants and just be for a few moments, and I could not believe how much birdsong there was this morning. It is just wonderful, isn't it? As soon as you open any doors, any windows, the birdsong is just so beautiful and so awakening at first thing in the morning. First cup of coffee in the morning is always the absolute greatest. That very, very first sip. It's just, morning is here. It does definitely give me a little bit of an instant boost. I thought I'd pick the camera up because over the next few days, GB and I are just going to be doing some nice things out and at home as well. I've got bits and pieces to do with food at home. I want to do some baking. We're heading into town shortly. I'll go and get ready in a moment, but our normal Saturday routine is getting up, getting washed and changed, and going into town. Doesn't outside look absolutely glorious this morning? We're just doing our final bits for getting ready. I'm wearing a white Zara dress today. From pretty much now all of summer I'll be wearing white cotton dresses. I don't have very many. I have a little selection of them and I rotate them, but there is nothing like wearing cotton, 100% cotton, on a very, very warm day. GB's just sitting in the background. He's very ready to go to town and I'm nearly ready.
I'm ready!
I know you are, I know you are. I'm just going to put my lipstick in, but I thought you might like to see the bag that I'm taking today. So this is a vintage Primark clutch bag. I love this bag. I have to say I've actually had 2 of these. So this is the bag itself. My original one of these became absolutely threadbare and I couldn't believe it because I found this one in a charity shop and I think I paid something like £4 for this. One of the reasons why I love this bag so much is that it fits so well into my gondola basket bag. Now that basket bag, if I had £1 for every time somebody said to me, I love your basket bag, then I would be probably a millionaire by now. Wouldn't that be nice and very, very dreamy? Right, let's head off into town and see where the day takes us.
Thousands of people are expected to take part in street parties this week to echo those which took place on the 8th of May 1945. King Charles will host a tea party for the men and women who served during the Second World War today.
I love town days when we get here nice and early. GB's just parking and we are off to get a morning coffee. Can't wait. This is the blossom tree that I featured in last week's vlog. Look, all the blossom has now finished, all on the ground. A beautiful morning over in town. We've just been to Halsey's coffee shop for a coffee and a cinnamon bun this morning. I said I wasn't going to have one, but Really, really hard to resist. Just walking through the churchyard here, we're going over to have a little look in some of the charity shops. I thought I'd quickly show you my gondola bag. This is where I put the clutch bag, and it's a perfect one for just mooching around the town. Let's go and see what's in some of the charity shops this morning.
Speaking from London, the girl who Europe into war has been finally overcome.
My sweet love, watch the air raids as the streets of London are not safe, and I wish that we could escape as the beat of the drum keeps on its play, and I long to feel the rain on my face, so I wait, and I want the bombs to fade away. And the hum of the airplanes is such a sweet sound as we're coming up from underground, coming up to see our ruined state, coming up to see those ruins that you've made. And in the east I hear a nation shout, and we wait for the day when we can sing it out. My sweet love, watch the air raids as the streets of London are not safe, and I wish that we could escape as the beat of the drum keeps on its play, and I long to feel the rain on my face, so I wait, and I want the bombs to fade away.
Back to the car now. GB's on his way. What an absolutely beautiful morning in town. Doesn't it make such a difference when the sun is shining? It just feels like when the sun is shining and it's a bank holiday, which is a bonus, there's a real buzz in the air. The smells from the market this morning, I wanted to eat everything. There is not a cloud in the sky. Gardeners are out in their gardens, and actually driving home, it was really nice to see people cutting down their hedges and just getting the gardens ready for summer, which feels like it's on its way at the moment. It's not very often we get nice weather on a bank holiday. Plans for the rest of the day. I have some food prep over here to get sorted. I went to the farm shop yesterday and to Aldi, picked up a few bits and pieces, strawberries, vegetables, that sort of thing. And I like to prepare everything in the fridge if I can. So I will be doing that today. I also would like to, if I can, get round to making some spring biscuits. I think I may have said this before, but GB and I are trying to limit the amount of processed foods that we're buying or eating. So things like packets of biscuits, as much as I love packets of biscuits, I'm trying to be more wholesome and sort of enjoy the process of cooking and feeling the dough in my hands and playing around with recipes. So I'm hoping to try a new, very, very easy spring biscuit recipe later on. You may have noticed in town that there was a real focus on Britain, and that is because it's VE Day celebrations on the 8th of May. Victory in Europe is celebrating 80 years. As I was driving home, it just made me think a bit about how lucky we are and what Britain has achieved over the years. This goes along the balcony, and it is definitely the time to fly the British flag.
Simple things didn't know I miss until they're gone, and you feel like this, and you feel like this. So hold me close, you bring me home. Happens when I see you. I feel the rush out of the blue, out of the blue. So don't let go. You bring me home.
It's a little bit later on now and the sunshine seems to have disappeared and we have a sky full of clouds, which is typical for a bank holiday weekend. It started off beautiful and I was thinking, yes, we're going to have sunshine all weekend. But no, in true British bank holiday style, the clouds have appeared. Of course they have. Kitchen looks a little bit of a mess, to be quite honest with you, so please do excuse it when we go through in a moment. Weekends are for messy kitchens, aren't they? I've prepped the fruit and the veg that I picked up yesterday, some bits from the farm shop, some bits from Aldi, and I have managed to put in the oven some sweet potato as well as cauliflower steaks, and it's coming up to lunchtime. So one of the things that GB and I both really enjoy at the moment is a real fresh salad. So far in the salad we've got some rocket and I'm just cutting up some cherry tomatoes. The next thing that we like to pop in a salad is some cabbage, and we cut it up really, really finely. Finer the better. I love to think about as much colour as possible when we're cooking. The more colour in your meal, the better. Mum used to say presentation on a plate is what will make you eat it. The salad so far consists of cucumber, rocket with some spring cabbage. We've got carrots, tomatoes and spring onions in there. We're not finished yet though, because we have some magic things in here like pumpkin seeds. They can go in. I love pine nuts, and we will always add a few chia seeds as well. So let's get going with the extra little bits. I love pine nuts. GB isn't so keen, so I will have definitely some more than him. I'll be this front bowl. Oh wow, this looks so good. GB can have a few. I like to tempt him. He won't even know they're in there. Got eggs to add. How are they doing? Are they hard? Yes. We only like hard eggs. Let's turn that off. We've also got the sweet potato in the oven, so let's get that out. Perfect. Oh, it smells so good. Now, I'm not sure about cauliflower steak. I think we will probably have this for dinner. How's this looking? Wow. The cauliflower steak looks incredible. I'm just going to flip that over. Where's my flipper? One. Oh, wow. This is going to be delicious. Yum, yum in my tum. Finish up with a little bit of salt and pepper. A little bit of salt. Here is the finished salad. I will pop all of the ingredients that we used into the description below, just in case you're interested in making this yourself. Why we love eating wholesome raw foods is we know these foods are doing our bodies really, really good, and I have to say, this is a bowl of deliciousness. I'm going to drop this round to GB, who's in the office, and unfortunately he has been called into work as a work emergency, so he's just the other side of this wall. He doesn't normally work at the weekends, but unfortunately plans have changed slightly this afternoon. We were going to be going out with some friends and their children this afternoon, but GB is working, so he definitely needs a bowl of goodness to keep him going. Which one was his? Did I say mine was at the front or GB's was at the front? I think I said mine was at the front, didn't I? Just to finish mine off, I am going to drizzle some balsamic vinegar over mine. This is something that I picked up over in Berry Lane Farm Shop. It's balsamic vinegar with pear essence. It sounds strange, but I have to say it's incredibly delicious. Good morning, it's Sunday of the bank holiday weekend. As you can see, it's dress down, chill out Sunday. GB has just gone round to pick up my youngest stepson. We are going to head over to Hot Numbers today. Probably one of our most favourite coffee hideouts. It's around 20 minutes drive from here, but it's totally worth it. I'm not sure we'll be able to park. It gets very, very busy in the car park over there. You last saw me around yesterday lunchtime. I had all the good intentions yesterday afternoon to get some spring baking done. Didn't do that. I also had some intentions to relax and try and get the edge pieces of my puzzle together. No, I didn't do that. GB had a full-on day working, but I did do something very, very nice yesterday evening. I met up with a friend from the gym, a very, very dear friend. We had a few drinks together, and then when GB managed to finish work, he walked down and joined us, and it was such a pleasant evening. But it was an early shift. We love an early shift. So I was out for 6 and we were home by around 8:30, I think. And then I settled in. And maybe I'm wearing my dungarees today because I was inspired by something that I watched yesterday evening. If you are in the UK, you will know of the programme that I'm about to say. Has anybody got any ideas what it could be? A vintage sitcom. The girl was known for her bottom, and not that I'm known for my bottom because I'm really, really not, but she wore dungarees in almost every single episode. They lived a very happy life. Of course, it was The Good Life, and it's on BBC iPlayer. Started with series 1, episode 1, and it was just the most coziest background telly, and I fell asleep in front of the screen, which was very, very idyllic. I've been up early this morning. I'm 2 coffees in. I know that GB and my stepson will be outside waiting for me, so let's head over and have a lovely morning out Royston Way in Hot Numbers. That's us home from Hot Numbers. Absolutely delicious breakfast. I ended up going for pancakes with strawberries. There was some sort of cream and coulis, blueberries. It was absolutely delicious. My stepson went for pancakes, bacon, maple syrup. I'm on my 3rd cup of coffee of the day. It's now the afternoon. Outside, the weather has definitely turned since yesterday. Much, much cooler, very, very cloudy, almost grey. I don't think it's going to rain. but it looks like it could, but fingers crossed that it doesn't. We've got one more day of the bank holiday to go. I cannot believe we are already on Sunday afternoon. Don't you find that weekends just go so unbelievably fast? Whether you are having a chilled out weekend or if you've got lots on, they just seem to go by in such a flash, don't they? Well, we're in the kitchen this afternoon. Let's light a candle. I always feel like lighting a candle, if you are cooking or just spending time at home, it's almost a symbol really to try and sort of calm down, relax and sort of be present. I always like the smell of the match once it's been lit. I remember saying to you earlier on in the vlog that I was keen to make some spring biscuits, and today we are making almond and lemon curd biscuits. This is one of my recipes, although I've got a slight twist on it today, and that is that I'm going to try and incorporate the lemon curd. Your 150 grams of ground almonds into a mixing bowl, along with the sugar. Mix up the ground almond with the sugar, and then we're going to add in the honey. Let's mix this up and it should form a dough. I like to have my honey on standby. You'll know how much honey you will need. So I start with 2 to 3 tablespoons. The dough's forming now. So you're looking for a dough that's not too sticky. In the end, I've probably used around 6 tablespoons of honey. Make sure that that dough comes together, but not sticky. Spring in a bowl. I love the smell of almonds, don't you? I've really enjoyed experimenting with recipes recently, and this one is just too good not to share with you. This is what the dough looks like, perfectly formed and ready for making biscuits. Let's try and keep a little bit tidy as we go. I always find that when I'm baking or cooking, stuff just goes absolutely everywhere. We'll clean up later. The dough's done and the smell in this kitchen just smells, oh, so good, so good. GB can smell the almonds. What's that, love?
The almonds?
Mm.
Smells lovely. That'd be a great aftershave. Yeah.
It probably would. I mean, I'd be chasing you around the place if you were smelling as good as this. It does smell good, doesn't it?
Little dab behind the ears.
Yeah.
The old shot on the
Yeah. It's the essence.
wrists.
The essence is very strong, but doesn't it smell so good? I know. Nothing like coffee in the afternoon. I'm sure I said that yesterday morning about holding that first cup of coffee of the day. There's nothing like your first cup of coffee of the day, but also having that coffee in the afternoon. I don't think I could live without it. I really don't. I love everything there is about a small coffee cup, a really decent coffee. It has to be nice and strong, and just holding it in your hands and having that moment of maybe looking out of the window, sitting in the garden, just embracing whatever you can see and just taking a few moments for yourself. For me, it really does help me to feel great. It really does. What's the weather like where you are today? So you'll be seeing this hopefully next Saturday, because the vlogs come out on Saturdays. So hopefully you'll be watching it at some point over the weekend. I would love to know what the weather is like in your corner of the world. Have you had much spring sunshine? Has it got much cooler? It really has here, unfortunately. The heat wave has definitely gone. But you just never know with British weather what is going to happen. I am always on Weather Watch. If you want to know what the upcoming weather is going to be for the week, I'll be the first to let you know if there is any extreme weather coming. I am one of those people that loves to prepare for the weather. They smell so good. So tomorrow is May Day, and I'm really hoping that we can attend May Day at Ickwell Green, which is the quaintest of little villages, very, very local to us. And it's an event that my sister and I used to attend as children. We used to go every single year. I've got memories of it so well. There'll be maypole, Morris dancers. It's a real British tradition. And then there will be the crowning of the flower queen for the year. I'm hoping that the weather doesn't put us off tomorrow and that it's fine enough to grab the picnic basket, fill up a couple of flasks of coffee, maybe take a few snacks, nuts, that sort of thing, salad maybe a sandwich, maybe a few of our biscuits. I haven't been, I would say, for around 10 to 15 years, and it's something that I've been wanting to do for so long. And tomorrow, I'm really hoping, is the day that I can experience this with GB, because I don't think he's ever been to a May Day celebration. Is this going to make then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 biscuits? I'm quite impressed. So here we've got our walnut shaped biscuits. The lemon curd that I'm using is Mrs. Bridges lemon curd. It is the absolute best. I bought this from Miss Greenfingers, which is in one of our local towns. I will pop a link to the vlog of the day that I popped into the greengrocers and went into the coffee shop, a real sort of dreamy town type of vlog. But this lemon curd is the absolute best, and I am really, really hoping that my idea will work. But we need to create a little dip in the biscuits. So I'm just going to push my thumb in and make sure I've got a little area that I can put my lemon curd in. I don't think these are going to last very long at all. Think about designing a little pot when you're doing these, because you want the lemon curd to be big enough that you know you're eating lemon curd within your biscuit. Probably too excited about these. You need to get a little bit of lemon curd on a teaspoon and pop into the biscuit hole. Oh my goodness, the lemon curd smell. Try not to bring it too much over the edge, because it will just drip everywhere and make a mess. This is a very spring style biscuit. Lemon curd and almond. Delicious. I recently made some lemon and rosemary biscuits. They were very popular amongst you all, I have to say. They're over on the channel now if you've not seen them, and if you've not yet tried them, I would definitely recommend. The oven is preheated to 180 degrees. I'm going to keep a close eye on them, and I think they'll be in the oven for around 10 to 12 minutes. I will check them. If they need to go on for a little bit longer, then they will go on for a little bit longer. But let's just say I'm not going to go away too far from the kitchen.
They look very nice.
Don't they?
Smell them?
Maybe we could take these, if the weather is nice tomorrow, I was thinking maybe we could take these along for our picnic. Smell good? Best of luck, biscuits. Okay, that timer is 10 minutes. Let's have a quick look. Oh, I think they may need just a little bit longer. Okay, so one's collapsed. I feel that maybe I've created too thin of a bowl. Let's have a look at the other ones. The other ones are much better. It's all learning. It's all learning. Is there anything I can do with these? That's 5 minutes later. Let's have a look now. Wow, okay. What can I say? They look great, but a couple of them have come apart. Actually, all of these have come apart. Oh no. What do we think? Oh, don't really know where to start with this, but this has not worked.
Tell them what happened.
Oh, let me show you what's happened. Sun is shining. I'm sure that hopefully is going to be a good sign that I can sort this out. But let's show you exactly what has happened to these biscuits and hopefully how we're going to be able to rescue them. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to show you this, but this is tray 1. I'm going to have to work quite fast because we think we can rescue them. I've just had a chat with GB, but you can see that the lemon curd has spilled over the edge. I think I've put too much lemon curd in and I've made too many biscuits. This is tray 2, which actually isn't too bad, other than this one here, which is not great, but not too bad. So I'm going to leave this tray. They're actually hardening quite nicely. Do you know, GB? Come and have a quick look. They're actually hardening.
Yeah.
These ones are not too bad. I'm going to leave this tray. I think what the problem's been is the biscuits are too small and I was too heavy-handed with the lemon curd. If I'd made bigger balls, if I'd have made bigger balls with a dip, and then put some lemon curd in, but not a mound of lemon curd, just a little bit of lemon curd, I think that'd have been, yeah.
Okay.
We are going to work quickly and scoop it in. Oh no, it's all honestly.
I take the
Do you know
off the tray.
just go for it.
Yeah. Don't worry about that.
Don't worry about that.
Just swap them in.
You know, this is what an experiment is. Give this a mix up now. So I'm just mixing up the faulty biscuits. I'm going to need some more almond flour, which I do have.
Dry it out.
Yeah, let's grab some more almond flour, which is over here. I'm going to put the whole lot in. We could definitely do this again because they're not too bad. I just made a, as my mum used to say, I'm very, very heavy-handed, and that was the problem. I used too much lemon curd and the biscuits were too small. So this is actually forming a really nice dough now. GB, could I ask you a big favour? If you could hold this up just in front of the camera. So that actually has formed a nice dough. Oh, still smells amazing though. In focus, yeah?
Proper mix. Do you want me to
Yeah.
mix it?
I'm all right.
Do you want me to mix it?
You just want to get involved, don't you? Over to GB. Right. Thanks so much for your help, love.
Anytime.
I am absolutely sure that we can rescue these biscuits. Do you ever have baking disasters? It's part of the fun of being in the kitchen. When I initially saw them, I did think they're not going to work, but actually these ones look great other than one of them. That could be our taste test one. But now that we've formed a dough with the rest, I think they'll be fine. These biscuits may look a little bit different to what I had originally planned. I still think they're going to work. Pop these in for around, say, 10 to 15 minutes, keeping a close eye on them. One, how are these doing? Right, are these crusty? Yes, these are absolutely fine. I think if we put these on the plate, these would be, these are brilliant. It's just one of them that's not great. These are definitely what I was looking for. And I think if I was to do this again, a bigger biscuit would be better. More of a bigger walnut shape to start with. And then when I put my thumb in, just making sure that the sort of the outside of the pot shape is thick enough not to collapse. I'll show you what these look like. I'm quite impressed. They look lovely, don't they? This is definitely what I was hoping that they would look like. We've got 1 minute on the cookies in the oven, and then I'm going to try this sort of disaster shaped one just as a bit of a taste test. I'm looking forward to this. Okay, it's very gooey. It's very, very sweet, but very, very good. It's chewy. These are absolutely delicious. They are for a sweet tooth only. I'll be interested to see how the other biscuits have turned out, because they probably won't be as sweet as these, where we've added more ground almonds. But these, oh my goodness, they're not going to last very long at all. I can tell you that right now. So, so good. Right, let's get these ones out of the oven and see what they look like, shall we? Golden. I think these will be perfect once they've cooled down. Wonderful. Here we go. Here are the biscuits. Slightly more golden than I was expecting, but I've just sprinkled some icing sugar over, and I think they're going to be very, very doughy inside. So let's give them a go, shall we? GB, should I get a little bit tidy in here and then we can go out for a drive? We love a good Sunday drive. What do you think?
Why, yes, darling.
Are we going to be Sunday drivers?
Yeah.
We love a good Sunday drive, especially in the countryside. And I think we may go to a little village today and have just a little drive around. I know I've already had one biscuit today from the lemon curd walnut shaped ones. But before we go out, I really do want to just try one of these, or maybe just half of one, just to see how they are. So I'm guessing that these are not going to be as sweet as the previous ones, because we've added another 150 grams of almond flour to these. So if I break one up, let's just have a look what it's like inside. Wow. Oh, it's gorgeous looking inside. So we have a crunchy biscuit on the outside, and then inside is more doughy. I just love playing around with recipes and experimenting. Maybe I need to perfect these, but let's give them a try and see. Oh, these are so good. These biscuits are far more chewy than the previous ones and not as sweet. They'd be perfect with a lovely cup of coffee. So 2 different types of biscuits there. If you have a sweet tooth and you like a chewy biscuit, I would definitely consider making these ones. If you want something that's maybe more pretty and dainty and incredibly sweet, then I would make these ones. I will leave a little link to the recipe of Biscuits 1, Biscuits 2, just so that you know what I did to make these. The candle's been blown out. It's hard to say, love.
What?
It's hard to say.
The candle's been blown out.
The candle
So
has...
blown out. It's easy.
It isn't that easy when you've got the camera in front of you. So, the candle's been blown out.
So we're going out.
I'm sure you can hear GB. The candle's been blown out, so we're going out.
Blown out 50 times. Can we go out there, please?
We're going out.
The cenotaph is going to be draped with Union flags, just like it was when it was unveiled in 1920. It's still serving today as a place of silent tribute to those who died in World War II, but there will be a huge procession that marches past it, along Whitehall, up the Mall, towards Buckingham Palace later today.
Good morning, it's Bank Holiday Monday today, and as you'd expect from a bank holiday, we've woken up to relatively grey skies. It's definitely not as warm as it was at the beginning of the weekend. However, we've decided it is not going to stop us. We're going to meet up with some friends over at Ickwell Green May Day. Now, this is a celebration of spring itself. It's something that I used to go to back in the 90s. And May Day celebrations over at Ickwell Green have been going on for over 450 years. So you may not know much about May Day itself. There is going to be folk traditions, celebratory dances, and of course the crowning of the Flower Queen. Now, I haven't been, as I mentioned, for years. I mean, the last time I went to this was in the 1990s, and I would go along as a child with my family. We would take a picnic. The green would be absolutely buzzing of the local community. Everybody would come together and just celebrate the start of spring. Dressed for the weather today, I'm wearing my Levi's jeans. I've popped my jeans on with a tan belt and teamed it with a light blue and white striped shirt. I bought this from H&M, oh my goodness me, years and years ago, but I absolutely love it. It's 100% cotton, but it's a waffled fabric. It means it doesn't need an iron. It just comes out so easy and fresh to wear. I'm also going to take an extra layer, probably a jumper that I can wear over my shoulders or that I can put on if it's cold. Kitchen is looking quite hectic. In the oven, I've got some sweet potato and some halloumi. I'm just going to take some wholesome little bits and pieces in our picnic basket. Here's the picnic basket. Love the handles, really, really strong wearing. This is from Lakeland. The couple that I bought this from explained that they had this as a gift for their honeymoon many, many years ago, but it had never, ever been used. So GB and I thought would definitely snap that up, and it has been used so much. What's great is inside is a little bit of a cooler box. Not that we'll need it today, but there's lots of room in there for a few picnic bits. I may even add just a couple of extra blankets in there just to keep us warm as well. We're going to crack on. Time is ticking. GB's out running a few errands this morning. When he gets back, we're both going off to meet our friends over at Ickwell Green. I'm really, really excited. Just fingers crossed that the weather stays dry and we all have such a wonderful day. I am going to pop around to the little shop that we've got just around the corner. When I started working out what we're going to take with us, like salad bits and pieces, I don't have any cherry tomatoes, and for us, we cannot have a picnic without cherry tomatoes. So I'm going to race around there, get back, finish off the salad, and then hopefully wave a magic wand. The kitchen will be super duper tidy, ready for us to go. Basket will be full of delicious food, and we can go and have such a wonderful day together. did not take very long at all, really. It's windy, but it's more mild than I thought it was going to be. I don't think it's going to be great for hay fever today. I must remember to take something because I'm sure that wind is going to be blowing around tree pollen. Everywhere was just unbelievably green. So fresh. I think I mentioned it the other day. When the leaves come out and it's just so green everywhere. Anyway, I'm getting distracted as I always do. The halloumi's out. Halloumi is well done, but just as we like it. Sweet potatoes in the oven. Shall we see how that is? I picked up a few bits from Tesco and we need to crack on with the picnic. It's been on for a while. Wow, I think it might be done. When I cook sweet potato, I often sprinkle it with paprika. Gives it such a lovely sort of smoky taste. Yeah, these are definitely done. Wonderful, that's all great. So we've got some nice halloumi, some sweet potato. I've got some carrots, some apple, cucumber. We now have cherry tomatoes. Our picnics are not picnics without cherry tomatoes, and I have not had time to go anywhere else other than the corner shop today, but that is life, isn't it? Sometimes you can have good intentions and plan your week's food, and other times, like today, when we weren't sure if we're going for a picnic or not, you have to just buy convenient stuff. So I've got some strawberries and blackberries. I thought they would be quite nice. And then I picked up 3 lots of tomatoes. And then as a treat, I picked up some little tortilla chips, lightly salted. Can't really have a picnic without something picky like that. Picky picnic. Let's move this bag and we'll start getting this salad ready. I'll go and find my apron. If you live in the UK, you'll know that there's 2 celebrations going on today. We've got May Day, which we're going along to. Fingers crossed the weather holds out, but we're going along to the May Day early spring celebrations. But then there's also VE celebrations, so the Victory of Europe, which marks 80 years on the 8th of May. So there's lots of street parties going on as well today. There's a real sense of being British this weekend. I feel that we are very united as a country, but when there's something like the Victory of Europe and that date, you do see the flags flying. As you know, we went for that drive last night and we ended up being out for, I think, about an hour and a half, just driving around some of the country lanes, going through some of the villages, some of the old towns. We had the radio on. BBC Radio 2 last night were playing sort of a selection of old, very British songs, and I think we just got so engrossed in chatting, driving, exploring. I don't think we got home until quite late on actually, and that was the evening done really. Told you the kitchen is just going to get very, very hectic and busy. The other thing that I need to tell you is, you know, those biscuits that I made yesterday, some of them have gone already. I think we've got about 4 left of these ones and 5 left of the tough biscuits with the soft centre. These ones are really good warmed up. Just makes them a little bit extra chewy. Think, Cher. Think, think, think. I'm getting incredibly excited. I love doing a picnic. Sweet potato and halloumi. Let's pop a blanket here as well. The picnic blanket's in the car, but that might be nice just to pop around our shoulders. I think the sun is trying to push through, but I would rather be safe than sorry. Let's definitely take the blanket with us. I better give GB a phone call, see where he is, because it's nearly time for us to go.
The weather, a mixture of sunny spells and patchy cloud for most, windy with a few isolated showers in the far southeast of England this morning, longer spells of sunshine for northern Scotland, a high of 16 degrees.
Crumbly, the pretty green, violet too shall greet their queen.
So, Cher